So today, the Dallas Stars, formerly Minnesota North Stars, made a move. Now I'm wearing this old raggedy Minnesota North Stars jersey because back in 1990, I want to say two, I bought the black Minnesota North Stars jersey of this type, and I bought the white one. And it was the first team that I had a home and away jersey for, Minnesota North Stars. Not Vancouver, not Boston, Minnesota. I have followed the Stars since their Stanley Cup final appearance in '81 as the Minnesota North Stars. So I understand that people want to know my opinion on the trade today where the Kings have moved Bishop off their roster so they don't have to worry about who they're going to protect in the expansion draft, because they would have lost him for nothing, to Dallas, a team that now has 3 expensive goaltenders. I don't know. See, I'm the 4th rounder is whatever. A 4th round draft pick is a crapshoot. You've probably got like a 10% chance that you traded a guy who's going to play in the NHL at any point. You're really gambling that you're going to be able to re-sign Ben Bishop. So I'm calling it now. Dallas is going to protect Bishop in the expansion draft, which is fine because George McPhee, while I wouldn't qualify him as being necessarily one of the greatest GMs in the league or anything, he's not foolish enough to take Lehtinen or Niemi. Okay, and behind me, the Ottawa Rangers game is just starting, so I'm foregoing the start of that to discuss this with you guys. It's interesting. Bishop obviously would fix things in Dallas somewhat, but he didn't have a great season. He didn't. And Dallas's problems go further than goaltending. I mean, I crushed Lehtinen and Niemi regularly, but by the end of the year, Lehtinen had picked up his game and probably deserves another shot at an NHL job somewhere. I don't think that happens in Dallas. I sure as frick hope that Jim Nill isn't planning on going with Bishop and Lehtinen, or I will not be a happy camper, because then we have the same situation we've had for the last 2 years, and it doesn't work. You can't have 2 starting goaltenders. You can't have 2 guys who expect to be starting goaltenders. You can have 2 guys who are legitimately starters. I think of Pittsburgh in that situation. But you can't have 2 guys who expect to be starters. 2 guys who aren't going to really be happy unless they're getting those 50, 55 games a year. So hopefully this means that Dallas is going through a complete revamp. Here's the problem. Their 2 goalies make $10 million between them. $10 million. Bloody ridiculous. For what? They are paying the goaltenders in Dallas the same amount of money that Chicago's paying for Patrick Kane. Think about that. They're paying more for their goaltenders than Pittsburgh pays for Sidney Crosby. That's insane. And I've been accused at certain points this year of being too hard on Dallas. But I'm sorry, they're paying Lehtinen and Niemi together more money than Crosby and Sheary in Pittsburgh. For me personally, I feel that Dallas needs to fix more than its goaltending. So this is a start. The Ben Bishop move is a start. It is a drop. It is a move. It is a piece. Dallas has to fix its blue line. Esa Lindell was good. He wasn't as good as they'd expected. I'm almost starting to go crazy enough to think, hey, maybe they could get Trevor Daley back in the offseason. I'm that crazy. I traded out Jordy Ben, a guy who is a pretty damn fantastic defenseman. I think they did it for expansion draft concerns, because Jordy Ben is pretty good. He's a 5'6" guy, but he's pretty good at what he does. And he's capable of playing top 4 for certain periods of time. Not regularly. But he can do it once in a while. And not hurt you. He's a more defensively, for Canuck fans, he's more defensively sound version of Lucas Biza. You don't get as nervous watching Jordy Ben. That's my appraisal anyways. So, you know, did they rip the Kings off? No. The Kings, this is likely all you can get. When it comes to these rentals, all it means is Dallas now has exclusive negotiating rights with Ben Bishop. And Bishop will probably sign in Dallas. Normally, these trades are set up so that the guy's going to the team that's going to sign him. I'd be very surprised if that's not the case. But for Dallas, I would give them that look, and I would tell them this. I would tell them that. Get it together. Put it in a backpack. Get it together. For me, I want Dallas to succeed. This top 3 draft pick is going to help. It's probably part of the reason they were able to, we can get rid of a 4th rounder. Now we've got a number 3 draft pick this year. No. But again, I'm cautious because it only fixes part of the problem. It's sort of like, geez, I can't choose between my wife or my mistress, so I'm going to pick up a 3rd chick. No. Clean up your mess first before you even think about moving on to something else. And so I hope Nil has a plan ahead here. Because he brought in Bishop before he did anything with Niemi or Lehtinen. And to my knowledge, he hasn't publicly declared what his plan is with either of them. I would at least hope he has sat down with both goaltenders. Regardless of how they played this last season, they're both goaltenders with solid records over the last decade. And they both deserve to be sat down and talked to about the direction the team's going in and the odds of either one of them coming back. They deserve that. For the amount of money they're being paid, clearly at some point, Dallas felt that either one could be their starter. So show them a little bit of respect. And do this the right way. And sit down and say, we're going to go in another direction. We're going to move on. Hopefully when Bishop was acquired, hopefully Lehtinen and Niemi don't find out through the media and then go, wait, what's going on here? So there's a way to conduct things and a way not to. I think back to the way that the Canucks did their goaltending when Schneider was going to be the starter and Luongo basically was told, thanks, but we're going to move on. So Luongo moves on in his brain, and then they trade Schneider because they didn't feel like there was a good enough market for Luongo because they weren't getting back the pieces they wanted. So then they had to go and kiss up to Luongo, please come back. So Luongo comes back, and then they benched him in favor of Eddie Lack and leave the exact same situation happening all over again. So I've seen this play out in Vancouver. That's why I'm not overly happy as a Dallas fan right now. Bishop's an upgrade over Lehtinen and Niemi. I know that. I know Bishop's been capable over the last 5 years of putting up near Vezina numbers, and that he has been fantastic for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below. Again, until he signs a long-term extension, or until Dallas management comes out and says, here's our plan, I'm not getting excited yet. As a Dallas fan of the last, 20 some years they've been in Dallas, and a Minnesota North Star fan before that, I am not counting any chickens at this point. Because I don't know who owns the chickens. I don't know whether they're going to be good chickens. And I don't know how expensive the chickens are going to be. And by chickens, I mean goaltenders. I'd rather not see them add Bishop and then in October have Nil saying, well, we've asked Niemi to go home. He's still on the cap, and I know having $16 million tied up in 3 goaltenders seems foolish, but we feel like we've got a really good, because our goaltenders make more than Carey Price, so we think we're doing really well here. I want there to be a plan. And if it's buying out both Niemi and Lehtinen, if that's where this goes, it's crazy, because there's a penalty you pay with each each buyout. There's a cap hit that goes on there from each buyout. So, and finding a team who's going to take either Leighton or Niemi's cap hit, not easy. Not at all. So, yeah. Optimistic? Maybe. But to me, this is just step one. And you got to fix the blue line. And you got to cut salary in the net. And you got to make it all work. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And I'll talk to you all again soon. Real soon.